Hey everybody, here's a video to show a construction change with the Cuben fiber zip bags. Okay, normally these are constructed and they look like this when the zipper is finished. You have two rows of stitching, one row is hidden and one row is here on the outside. So this creates a problem for waterproofing because we're putting all these holes in the Cuben fiber. So we can tape it to fix the issue, but the tape does not stick very good to woven material on the inside. So that's not a very good solution. Now we can tape the outside, but then when the zipper removes along here, the tape can get rubbed. So what we end up doing is just putting two rows of stitching and leaving the zipper part on tape, because the zipper part is actually only water resistant anyways. So here is what I'm going to start doing. Instead of two rows of stitching, instead of doing this stitch and then flipping it over and doing another stitch right here to have it look like this, I'm just going to do the one stitch like this. And for strength and waterproof, since we have a full Cuben fiber surface here, now we can tape this. We can lay a piece of tape that will capture the stitch, will also strengthen the Cuben fiber greatly so that we don't have to worry about the perforations causing a tear, and then the finished bag will just look like this. It'll have just a clean look of a zipper, and these perforations that we've created with the stitching will be completely sealed on the inside with adhesive and Cuben fiber tape. So it'll look a little bit different, but it will be more water resistant and it will have less perforations right here for the stitching. So overall you'll have a little less chance. You're going to have less exposed stitching, because with this method we have two rows of exposed stitching, and they're not really a problem, but they can in a chance possibly snag something, like if you had a set of keys in there. So it's going to be a more durable, user-friendly setup. And as you can see with this, with the seam tape being in here and this being folded over, even if this one row was snagged or cut somewhere, it wouldn't pull all the way through. It wouldn't go from here to the other side of the fabric, because the adhesive and the tape would still be holding the stitch down here. So it's going to be a little bit more durable. It's going to be more resistant to things catching on it as you take them in and out of the bag. And it's just going to be more water resistant, and possibly no, it's not going to weigh less. I was thinking it might weigh less, but the tape will add a little bit to it, probably a little bit more than the stitching. And I'll probably use like a 1/2 inch wide tape, because that's all we're going to need. Only going to need a nice narrow piece of tape right here to cover that stitching. Okay, so that's it. It's just a different way to sew these bags that will allow a lot easier waterproofing method and puncture the Cuben fiber and puncture the Uratex zipper less. Thanks everybody.